Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Brittany Smith podcast. I am Brittany N. Smith, your host and your new brand bestie if you're new here. If you're not new here, welcome back. I'm so excited to have you here. Whew, you guys. So today um was really an illustrated episode, right? So I woke up at 5:40 and I was like, "Oh, it's early. The baby's still sleeping. I'm going to do something for myself." And so in talking about a winning morning routine, first of all, what is that, right? Because if you're that woman who is a mama, a wife, a ministry leader, an organizational leader, a community advocate, a friend, a sister, a entrepreneur. Did I say entrepreneur? Because if I didn't, I'm saying it again because that is a large part of what we do. If you have a full-time job, like we wear so many hats. And so one of the things that I know helps me to keep my sanity is some semblance of routine. When I thought about this as a topic, I was like, let me not get on here and mislead these ladies into thinking that having a routine is something that is super easy and everybody does it. And, you don't have to be super organized to have a routine. I have a different approach and a different idea about what it means to have a routine and have a winning routine. One, y'all, your winning routine may not look like anybody else's winning routine. A routine is something that you do over and over and over and over, and it creates such a flow in your life that it's almost like you get to do it on autopilot, and you just it organizes your schedule. It takes the guesswork out of what's coming up next or what's happening. It helps you to remember things. It helps you to form habits. Routines are like systems in our business, right? Like your systems in your business are the things that you do over and over and over to achieve a certain outcome over and over and over. And so when we talk about a morning routine, this is where we start our day. This is how we launch off into our to-do list. It's how we set the tone for what we want to see in our lives for that particular day or that particular time of day, right? Sometimes people have a bedtime routine. Like for your little ones, you have a routine. You may have a workout routine. You may have an eating routine. And so I want to talk about today creating a winning morning routine so that we can start our day in a way that's positioning us for success. Stay tuned. We're going to get into it. All right, guys. So, first of all, I, by no stretch of the imagination, am the most organized person. I have an organized chaos about me. I know what I want to get done. I know what needs to happen in order for those things to get done. I know what needs to be on my schedule. But to say that my routine looks the same exact way every single day would be a flat out lie. But it's important for us to talk about this as the entrepreneur and as the woman that wears many hats. One, if you are a full-time entrepreneur, you make up your own schedule. I learned when I first became solo in my business and my business alone that there was nobody to tell me what time to wake up. There was nothing to prompt me to get up, brush my teeth, get ready, get in the car, and go somewhere. There was no one sending me a list of things that need to get done. There was no supervisor to follow up and see if I'm getting my tasks completed. And there was nobody was clocking me about, taking my lunch break and being away from lunch at lunch too long. I very much had to do all those things. I had to manage myself, manage my time, manage my schedule. And so even if you're not a full-time entrepreneur, we have to take ownership over our time. We have to take ownership over the way that we spend our time. I always hear people say, "Oh, I don't have time for that," or "Darn, I can't because I don't have time." We make time for the things that we want to do. We make time for the things that we feel are important. And here's the other thing. Sometimes we make time for things to go however they want to go. What do I mean by that? When you don't implement a daily routine, when you don't implement Google Calendar, when you don't set up your time for specific things to take place at specific times, you allow the people, places, and things around you to dictate what you're going to do with your time. Does that make sense? It's kind of like when people say, if you don't tell your money where to go, it'll find somewhere to go on its own. Same thing with your time. And so maybe you are in a place right now where you just wake up and you're off to the races because, like, okay, what do I have to get done today? I have to do this. I have to do blah, 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 blah. And by 10 a.m., you're feeling spent. You're feeling irritated. You're feeling overworked. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling the weight of all the hats that you wear at the same time. I want to help you create a winning morning routine. Your routine is going to look different from the next woman. You have to be able to, one, know yourself. What works for you? Are you the one that wakes up and tries to do 99, 50, 11 things in the morning, and then you are exasperated and frustrated that you didn't get anything done? We have to be realistic with who we are, how we flow, how we operate. Are you one of those people that wakes up and sits on the edge of the bed for 15 minutes, just contemplating life? Do you take a shower and then sit in the bathroom for 35 minutes, just daydreaming or scrolling on your phone? You have to take into account for all these things. Those things are not bad, but if you have to be out of the house by 8:30 and you wake up at 8 o'clock, you don't have time for those habits. You don't have time for the things that fuel you, that feed you, right? So one, know yourself. Number two, you have to know what you need. You have to know what you need in terms of how much sleep you need to get. And you need to know what you need in terms of what is going to set your day up for success. For me, I got to talk to God. It may not be 13 hours of tarrying and swaying and singing in his presence, but I need to talk to my Father in the morning and just say, hey, Lord, thank you. I love you. You're amazing. Tell me what to do today. Tell me who to talk to. Tell me what to say. Tell me where to go. Tell me what to put in this email I'm about to send to my email list. Tell me what client work I should work on today. Tell me what clients I need to follow up with. Like, I need to talk to God. Lord, what do you want me to practice today? Right? I need to spend time with God. That's a non-negotiable for me. And it looks different every day, but it happens in the morning because I need to set my day with him. The other thing that I want to get back to is exercise. I cannot work out in the middle of the day. I cannot work out at night. I haven't tried to, but I feel like the way my life is set up with small children and a husband and all the things at home, that working out in the evening, even after the kids go down, is not feasible because by the time they're tired, I'm tired too. And so I find that once they're off to school, daycare, whatever, making sure that I'm getting an exercise, something in. So you have to know yourself and you have to know what you need. What are your non-negotiables in the morning? Is it your solitary cup of coffee while you look out the window and watch the trees sway? Is it reading a couple of pages of a book that you're reading? Is it taking 10 minutes to write in your journal? Is it taking 10 minutes to sit and breathe and do breath work and practice mindfulness? Is it taking 25 minutes to do a mask and shower, right? Like, what is a part of your routine? Is it taking 15, 20 minutes to do your hair and makeup? Because how you look determines how you feel, determines the day you have. You have to know yourself. Do you have to eat breakfast? Like me, I have to get better at eating breakfast. Maybe you're the type of person that cannot function unless they've had a bagel or a Cheerio, right? So know yourself, know what you need. The third thing you need to know is know how much time you have for real. Know how much time you have for real, and then make adjustments. Know how much time you have and know how much time you need to do the things that you need to get done, right? So for example, if I have to be out of the house by 8 a.m. and I need to work out, I need to spend time with God, I need to eat breakfast, I need to get the kids ready for school, I can't wake up at 7:30 and do all those things, right? So what I like to do is identify how much time I need for the different things. So for example, in previous lives, my time with God, I would have like an hour to 2 hours before I had kids, before I was married, and I was just like me by myself in my own place. I could wake up at 6 and bask in the presence of the Lord for 2 hours and then wash up, get ready, and roll, right? Um, and so I need you to also understand that your availability for your morning routine, your time and for your morning routine, that every season it might change, but it's okay. So whereas I was able to do 2 hours with Jesus in that season, now I might be able to do 15 solid minutes. Phone on, do not disturb. Kids are already where they need to be, sitting in the presence of God. Pray for 5 to 7, sit for 5 to 7, thank God for 2, right? Like whatever that looks like. So for me, it's 15 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes of time with God. It is 15 to 30 minutes of exercise. It is 15 to 30 minutes of getting myself ready, right? Hair, makeup, whatever needs to happen for that day. And then the rest of that time is getting the kids ready. So in this season, and you see that I gave myself a range, 15 to 30. Some days, y'all, it's going to be 14 and a half minutes. Some days I'll be able to stretch to 35. You have to be flexible. You have to be flexible. The thing that makes this a routine is the repetitive tasks, not necessarily the amount of time you spend on each task. But for me, for us as women who are busy and always have things going on, the routine is the doing of the thing. It may look different from day to day, but are you checking off the list of things you need? These are things that you need to fuel yourself for success for the day. And if you don't pay attention to how you spend your mornings, you're not going to be able to make the connection between your really good days and your not so great days. I know the days that I feel the most frazzled and all over the place are the days that I wake up late and have to scramble to get things done and get out the door. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. So you need to know yourself, know what you need, know how much time you have, and how much time you want to spend on each thing. Next, you need to know if it changes for certain days. So, for example, on Mondays are my days of rest, right? And so my morning routine will look a little bit different on Mondays because I don't have to rush out the house to go somewhere or go to a meeting or show up for a Zoom or whatever. On Saturdays, my morning routine will look different than my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday routine, right? So these are things that if we don't think about them, y'all, they just happen or don't happen. And one of the things that we need to really, really lean into in this season of life is consistency. I'm going to let that word sit right there for a minute. Consistency. 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 It is not about the quantity of things that you're able to do. It is about the quality of the things that you're able to do. So your morning routine can't have 800 things on it. Wake up, sit with God, exercise, get myself together, pack my lunch, get in the car, go to work. Wake up, exercise, talk to God while I ride my bike, shower and get dressed, make my breakfast, make hubby's breakfast or lunch, go to work. Wake up, meditate, yoga, wash my hair, paint for an hour, go to work. You have got to take a moment to create space for yourself, to ground yourself so that you can set up the day for success. Maybe a part of your morning routine, once you've prayed and exercised and gotten yourself dressed and all of that, maybe it includes checking your emails because you're only going to check your emails in the morning, once in the afternoon, and once before you close down for the day. That's a part of routine. Maybe A part of your morning routine is to record a quick video, because you have a daily video that you send out to your people every single day, and it's a 5-minute video that you do. Maybe a part of your morning routine is to check your to-do list and reach out to your assistant to confirm that your appointments are still on. You have got to take control of your time, because if you don't, the people, places, and things around you will. You have more control than you think. Ask God to help you navigate. Lord, what should my morning routine look like? And the way that you'll know that your routine is a winning one is if you're able to duplicate it for more than a week. What things are you doing consistently every day? Some of you have a morning routine and just never really thought about it, and were never really intentional about it. Maybe a part of your Sunday routine is prepping all your outfits and doing meal prep for the week. Routines save lives. You have to take control of your time as an entrepreneur, as a woman who wears many hats, even in your business, right? Like, there are certain things that you do every day in your business. Document that, so that when you bring on a team, they too can adopt your flow for your routines and for your not services, your systems. They can adopt how you talk to your clients. They can adopt the habits that you deem necessary for success. So that's what I want you to think about. I want you to let me know either in the comments or email me at brittnysmithpodcast@gmail.com and let me know what your morning routine looks like. How do you know it's a winning routine? What are some things you need to work on? What are some things you need to implement? Excuse me. Some of us need to wake up earlier so that we can do more with our routine, right? So I want to encourage you to establish your routine, especially as we go into the summer. It's a great time to practice routine. So before we go, you guys, this is episode like 90 something. And I want to invite you. To meet me on July 7th in Palmyra, New Jersey. We are celebrating 100 episodes of the Brittany Smith podcast. Oh my gosh, it is our Centennial Soiree, and I want to invite you. If you are local to the tri-state area, you can come be a part of our live studio audience, because we're going to be streaming live with a live studio audience and recording our 100th episode. It's going to be so much fun. There's going to be giveaways. There are going to be some amazing guests that I'm going to have come speak life into us, and there's going to be food. Gotta have food. You can get dressed up. You can come hang out with the girls at the Centennial Soiree. It's July 7th at 7 p.m. You can visit bit.ly/BS Podcast 100 in all caps. The link is going to be in the show description. I want you to get your tickets. I want you to come celebrate with me. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want us to shout out your business, I will do a full-blown commercial for you as you become a sponsor and partner with us on this event. If you're interested in that, you can do bit.ly/BS Podcast sponsor in all caps. It'll take you to the sponsorship form. You can let me know that you're coming. You also get free registration with that. And so it's just going to be an amazing time. So I want you guys to RSVP, get your tickets for that. Space is limited, so you got to get in there. Secondly, we are having the summer brand shoot experience in July, where you get to come and be a star. Okay. You get to come and do some photos, take some photos for your brand. You're going to get a pre-shoot call with me where we're going to plan out what you're going to wear. You're going to show up on shoot day. You're going to get your makeup done. You're going to bring your outfits, and my team of professional photographers and staff is going to help style you and get you into the flow so that you can have new brand photos for the fall. It's going to be so much fun. We have snacks. I'm going to be there. My energy is going to be there, and it's just going to be great. So if you're interested in that, I want you to go to BrittanySmithCreative.com and hit Summer Brand Shoot right at the top of the page and get your spot. Again, space is limited, so you don't want to miss that at all. Oh, guys, there's so much happening, and I'm so grateful. I have some big announcements coming up, but stay in the community, stay connected, keep your eyes on all things Brittany and Smith so that you can also live your best life right now, because your life is your brand. Your life is your brand. People are watching you, people are following you, people are trying to see what you're doing next. And they're watching you when you're not live. They're watching you when you're not posting on social. They're watching you at Walmart. They're watching you at ShopRite. They're watching you at church. They're watching you at home. Your life is your brand. And so my mission is to help you become the most authentic version of yourself and be her. Be her. You should be the same person in all the rooms that you're in. And what's going to happen is people are going to attract to you. They're going to flock to you. The right people are going to be attracted to you because it's the real you. And so that's what I'm helping you do through the summer brand shoot experience, through the content that you're going to experience at the Centennial Soiree on July 7th. So just hang out with me all summer long. All right, guys, I love you with the love of the Lord, and I will see you next time on the Brittany Smith Podcast. Bye.